What's up, everybody? This is Jason.
And Carla.
That's my lovely mommy. And we are in Hutchinson, Kansas, home of the
Kansas Cosmosphere and the Kansas State Fair.
And that's once a year in September. It's so much fun. It goes on for like 2 weekends and a full week. It's really fun. Highly recommend it. Look it up. But right now, it is time to get a barber experience. And I have found Frank, who's been a barber for 60 years, right here. He has a house right on North Main Street. And he cuts hair right here in the front room and lives in the rest of the house. So let's go check it out. And he's 80 years old. You ready, Mommy?
Yes.
Come on and watch.
I can't wait.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Interested in hair butchering?
Yes, I'm the one. You still have time for me?
Well, I'll make time, yeah.
Thank you. Well, at least you're at home, so you're not going to be late to go home.
I don't have to go home. I'm home.
You were home already. That's great.
Yep. Well, let me turn the light back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. This is your front room.
So why are you interested in this particular business?
I really appreciate that you live here with your barbershop.
Well, it's an experience created by health problems, okay? I lived in the country, and I had to drive to town every day. And when I had this heart problem, my daughter said, Dad, if you die, you're going to leave Mom out here in the country all by herself, you know? Well, I had a shop just down the street here by Elliott's Mortuary for 32 years. So I decided, okay, maybe I better move to town. So I got to looking. Well, I looked and I needed a place with 2-car garage, because I got a little 65 Ford Mustang that needs to stay inside all the time, you know? It's a convertible, by the way. Anyway.
How many years have you been a barber?
60. I'm working on my 61st.
60. 61st year. This is 61 years as a barber.
I went to barber school. I went back to East Moline to Lincoln Barber School. And I was there for 9 months. And I served my apprenticeship there so I could get my registered license and become a real barber, you know? Master barber.
Right on the master.
Well, I don't know about master. It takes years to become a master at anything. This is where you need to be a BSer. You need a line. And if you don't got it, you know, you just don't draw the people.
So what's your line?
People come here. Well, you know, I'm the smartest guy in town. You know, and I know that because all these people coming in here tell me all these things. You know, people think I'm an opinionated sucker. Well, yeah, because I got your opinion and her opinion and everybody else's opinion.
Okay, so Craig just said I can go to the bathroom as long as I know how to aim. Okay, I can aim.
Then you open it up.
Uh-huh. Open it.
See?
Oh, hello.
Hi there.
See, when you open it up.
We like spaghetti.
Is this your wife and daughter?
Yes.
Yes,
Hi.
yes.
Hi there.
Yeah. Hi, what's your names?
I'm Patsy.
Hi, Patsy. Angela. And Angela, nice to meet you. I'm Jason.
Hi, Jason.
This is known in our family as the big ass chair, because Mom and I both can sit in it.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, that is rather large.
Pretty big.
Share
So,
with my dogs.
This is how you do it.
Me and 3 dogs shared it.
Yep. I sit down. She sits down. And you know, I got to wash my hands. Sometimes they get frisky.
Behave.
Yeah, I'll give her a little.
My brother John gave us that sign many years ago.
Yep.
And he's passed since, so that's kind of a treasure for us.
That's a special deal for us, yes.
And then this flag was flown for me for 30 years of service in the United States Air Force. It was flown in Afghanistan. So this means something to me, but I presented both of these flags to my parents. That one's to my dad, And this one was to my mom.
Oh, thank
Isn't
you.
that nice?
Thank you so much.
30 years. That's a long time.
It's
to
a
be
long
in.
time. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Do it again.
Barbershop looks like a man cave. You know, we got our
It totally does.
all our pictures. And just, you know, I don't take credit cards, guys. I don't take debit cards. I just take cash. Okay. It's always worked that way for me. That's a little old-fashioned. I'm kind of like a dinosaur, you know. I'm just one of the few left that don't understand all the modern ways. Don't have a computer. Don't need one. It's all up here.
You have a cell phone?
Oh yeah, I am guilty. I am guilty.
You have a flip phone or a smartphone?
Well, this phone, yeah, I've got a smartphone now because my wife got a new one and I got her old one.
Oh, fancy.
But it's smarter than me. I don't know how to use it yet. But I'm waiting for my 11-year-old great-granddaughter to come by. She'll show me everything I need to know. She works
Okay, Frank.
with the kindergarten
Sitting
at
down
Allen
with you.
School.
You do Facebook?
She's got, Patsy has Facebook stuff. I don't do that. No.
Okay, all right. So, okay.
Let me loosen that up so you can turn.
I guess I should take my hat off.
Well, I could just
Here,
cut
Mommy.
I could just cut around the sides and make you look like an Amish.
Yeah, a whole bowl, a bowl cut.
You say you're from Mountain Ridge. You ought to. I can make you look like one.
You could, yeah. Those are our neighbors, though.
Yeah, they'd think you joined the group. You know. What are you doing? You change religions? Well, yeah, it looks like it. You know. Barber gave me his haircut. Yeah. Usually I just tell my regulars, you know, why don't you sit down, shut up, and let me do my job, you know, instead of giving me a lot of directions, because I'm probably not going to listen to them anyway.
That's great.
I'm just going to cut your hair.
Just cut your hair.
Yeah.
Do you do any of these fancy haircuts for the young kids now?
No, sir, I don't. I'm not into that really. I just like to do the regular stuff that I know to do. See, I don't want to make mistakes. I want to do things I'm good at. That's why I don't play golf. I'm not good at it.
What do you think of those guys with man buns?
They ought to leave them for ladies. Why do guys have to take everything the ladies have? You know, now they're taking their hairstyles.
Taking their hairstyles, yeah.
Next thing you know, they'll be squatting to pee, you know.
Squatting to pee. That's great. Frank has earned a regular customer. I like that. He's funny.
Now, do you do your own hair as a general rule?
Do I cut my own hair?
Yeah.
No.
Does your mother cut it?
No.
Must be a beauty shop then.
What?
You must be getting a haircut at a beauty shop.
Oh, the last cut?
Yeah.
The last cut was at a barbershop.
Really?
Yeah, but I guess he
didn't know what he's doing, did he?
Maybe he didn't know what he's doing. I don't know.
It's amazing.
I'll keep him anonymous.
Yeah, that's.
We're not naming names here.
No, we don't need names.
No names.
That's the way we like it. So now, what do you do as a job? Are you a teacher?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know quite what to explain what my job is, but I do this. That's one of the jobs. I make videos.
Okay.
And it's fun, and I really appreciate all the barbers around the world, and especially the ones that have the experience that you have. 60 years of experience, going on 61 years of experience.
Yes, sir.
And that is admirable. I love that. Well done.
Yeah, I even have a certificate up here above my mirror where the state of Kansas recognized my over 50 years of barbering in the state of Kansas.
So how much were haircuts 60 years ago?
Well, they were like $1, 75 cents to $1.25, depending on whether you got a regular haircut or whether I had to design a flat top for you. You know?
A flat top?
We got flat tops. We got more money for flat tops.
So, you got more money? I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually anywhere from $0.25 to 50 cents more. Yeah.
Did you do the straight razor shaves back then?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
A lot of them?
Oh yes.
Nowadays people don't ask for them too much, right?
Well, you know, World War II came along, and that pretty much ended the shaving business for barbers, because every soldier in his equipment got a safety razor, and they just learned to shave themselves. So when they all come back from the big war, why, you know, they just didn't ask for the shave like they used to. My dad was a barber, and on Saturday nights it was awful. You know, he opened the shop at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they didn't close till 10 on Saturdays. And the old guys that were like the bankers and the lawyers, yeah, you know, they didn't shave themselves. And on Saturday night, they wanted to get the very latest shave they could so they'd look good at church the next Sunday morning.
Right, you gotta look good for church.
Oh, they gotta look good. So, you know, my dad may not get home till 1 o'clock in the morning, even though he closed at 10.
So guys would come at 1 a.m.? Like at midnight?
They were sitting in the shop. He had to work them out.
Because they're all in line, right?
Yeah, they were lined up like
wow,
birds on a wire, you know?
I don't know any late barber around here anymore.
No.
The latest is like 6 o'clock, really, around in Kansas.
Yeah, that's probably the latest. Even on Saturday, you know. But now, you know, the styles are different. Just like you got a scruffy little beard, you know?
I'm scruffy.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping you'd do a straight razor shave on me, but I don't know. You could still change your mind if you want to do it for me.
No, I don't do it anymore.
I wanted you to do it.
To keep the razors, that's an art too. Being able to.
You sure you don't want to do it?
I don't even have a razor down here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really don't. Yeah. You know, there's so many things changed.
I'll come back next time if you're prepared.
So many things have changed, like sanitation. You know, when I was first in this business, that little box which you can't see. I'll show you this little box right here.
Mm-hmm.
Get my hand grenade out of the way.
Your hand grenade?
Yeah, that's my complaint department. Pull the pin, sucker, you know? But this, see where it says antiseptic sterilizer?
Uh-huh.
That was the sterilizing way we sterilized our combs and our razor blades and things like that.
Uh-huh. Because it's all clean in there.
And what we put in there to make it clean, back in the day, our mothers all had big jar lids, you know, for our jars, and they were about that deep.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd pour formaldehyde in there and stick it in, and the fumes from that was supposed to, you know, make it sterile.
Nowadays, that wouldn't be acceptable?
No, that's not going to cut it.
Sterilizing with formaldehyde in the barbershop.
Yeah. I think that's how they embalm you when they put you in the ground. You know,
exactly.
Formaldehyde. And it was always a bad joke when you had a new student in barber school. You'd load up a fresh load of formaldehyde and say, hey, you want to stick your head in there and smell that? You know, of course, it
must have smelled terrible.
It was bad. Yeah.
And then that goes right on your head.
Yeah, it makes you. Yeah.
And the razors and everything, and then you've got formaldehyde. You know, good for the Saturday night dates, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, baby, you smell like so delicious with that formaldehyde. Like a mummy. You smell just like a mummy.
Yeah.
You smell just like my great grandpa.
Smell like grandpa. Yeah, he's been dead for 3 years.
Yeah. Frank, what do you think of the differences are between then and now?
Oh, it's just the biggest difference, I guess, is the styles. You know, people back in the day, you know, when the big war was on, if you weren't drafted, or if you were and you didn't pass the test so you could go, the soldiers wore short hair. So everybody would get a short haircut, so everybody would think that you were a soldier, you know.
So it was easy cuts, right? Everybody gets the same.
Yeah. So anyway, see if I can get this line out of here.
Can you get the line out of there?
Oh man. Yeah.
I guess I'm getting the Frank style, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting Frank's barber style. I didn't even direct Frank at all to what to do.
Wouldn't make
He's just
any
doing
difference.
Frank's style. It wouldn't make any difference?
No.
Regardless, you get Frank's style.
that isn't necessarily true, but it just sounds good.
Well, that's what's going on.
Take it my way, sucker. You don't get it at all. Yeah, the beauticians mess around picking it up, and measuring it off. When I made that first cut, I made my measure, and I just make every other cut even with it. So that's short, so that's short.
I see. You just follow along what's kind of there, right? Hey, Frank, what do you think of these? What they have now, like gender neutral bathrooms?
If you don't know what you are, you're in trouble. God didn't make any mistakes. If you want to choose to be a girl, fine. But I don't want to catch you in my daughter's bathroom. Yeah, that's...
Well, the schools will have to, put in 3 bathrooms. There'll be one for men, one in the middle for neutral, and one for the women. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, politically correct bullshit. That's what that is. Yeah, that's not necessary. We get talked into things. Everybody's afraid of everything,
Uh-huh.
Everybody's got a chip on their shoulder. Oh, you offend me. Well, yeah, you come in here, I'll offend you. You start talking like that. And I have friends that are, I know they're different. So, the Bible tells us we're not supposed to judge people, so I better stop giving my opinion about those others.
But we don't forget the love. Love everybody.
Yeah. We had a lot of love back in the 60s and 70s too, the hippies.
I heard. Oh,
Free
I wish I
love,
was
baby.
alive back then.
Free love.
Oh, was that good over here? Was that a good time here in Kansas?
I think it was about the same as any place. California, I think a lot of this stuff started. That's the land of the fruits and the nuts. So
Fruits and the nuts.
A lot of this stuff coming. Even their governor was a fairy, Jerry the Fairy.
Jerry the Fairy. In where was that?
California. Yeah.
Oh, the governor. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry was, proudly a fairy.
Yeah, he was. He is. I was always more happy when I didn't know about your sexuality. If you were in the closet, stay there. Please, don't come out. And these big, strong, strapping football players come out, oh man.
Well, there was that Olympian who came out. Was he a swimmer or something?
Yeah.
And he
Mr.
well,
Jenner.
he's a woman now.
Mr. Jenner, yeah.
So it's Mrs. Jenner now.
Miss, yeah,
Miss,
Yeah.
Ms. A professional woman.
Yep. I'm sorry, I got to get this just a little bit out of your eye here.
It's looking good.
Are you giving me bangs?
Well, let me see what
He's bringing me younger. I'm going to look younger, I suppose, after this.
Well, I'm going to leave you a little.
Frank, what do you think about North Korea?
Well, you can't trust them.
No, you can't trust them.
No, you can't trust them. And I wish these politicians would stop trying to make it like we're gonna have a parlay with them and get something good out of it. Well, no, it's been known for years we can't trust that bunch. The guy that's in power now, his dad was before him, and he did a lot of bad things. Here just recently, North Korea sent a delegation to a meeting on world matters, and they went home without scoring anything.
Mm-hmm.
So Kim Jong or Ung or whatever his name is fired him,
Fired him.
and the next day he shot him.
Oh,
Now, how would you
really?
like working for him?
Wow. Well, you either win or you lose with Kim Jong-un.
Oh man.
What do you think about these tariffs?
Well, they're hard on Kansas farmers, but I'm sick and tired of China and some of these other countries holding us up. If you wanted to have something made in China, you had to give up your secrets, and that's not right. They just turn it into a komatsu and something instead of a Caterpillar. My brother worked for Caterpillar Tractor 34.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
He worked as in the engine company in, let's see, I can't remember that town. Anyway.
Caterpillar. Well, I know there's Grasshopper in Mount Ridge.
Yeah.
Is Caterpillar there too?
No.
No, huh?
No.
Have you been overseas?
Just as a visitor.
Where'd you
My daughter
go?
was stationed in Ramstein, Germany for 4 years at the hospital there. She was in hospital administration. And you know, you hear a lot about this PTSD stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my daughter suffers from that too.
Oh,
You know,
that's too bad.
She's
She's
4
been in
months.
Iraq a lot, right?
She spent 4 months in Balad, Iraq as a superintendent of the hospital there for the 332nd Expeditionary Force.
Mm-hmm.
And those dang Iraqis, they'd fling those rocket-propelled grenades into the compound, and you know, they just didn't happen to hit anything. But when those things were being fired in there, they would sound the alarm, and you're supposed to run and hide. Well, if the doctor's in the middle of cutting off a leg or sewing one back on, you can't leave.
Oh, that's pretty
So
stressful.
I mean, the stress was just unbelievable. So she comes home with this problem, PTSD. See, the government doesn't act very fast. The VA I'm talking about now, they don't act very fast. So a lot of our soldiers and sailors and airmen suffer tremendously because our government just doesn't take care of them. We send them to war promising everything, but when they come home, they don't always get the promised stuff.
Yeah, now we've got this issue with Iran.
Yeah. This could be serious, guys.
Very serious. Oh,
You know, because
whoever did it, there's an oil tanker being bombed. A missile is serious regardless.
Well, see, the Japanese have these ships, and somebody, I can't remember the other country. Maybe it's China. Anyway, they want us to go back to that treaty we decided not to be part of anymore because it wasn't working. That NATO stuff was kind of a bunch of bull. We paid most of the bill for a whole world. Yeah. So yeah, it's a serious thing because the Ayatollahs, you know, they try to goad us into going to war, and they may get it done.
You know the history, yeah. I wonder what's going to happen in the election. 2020.
Well, I tell you what, we have so many people that want to turn our nation into socialism, and I thought, you know, we got people every day coming from socialist nations here because of the freedoms we have. You know, the Constitution we have guarantees us a lot of freedoms. Other countries, you know, it's just a dictatorship, and they have to do what they're told. You know, this country, because we have the right to own and bear arms, is going to be really hard for anybody to take over. They don't want to come to my door and say, hey, you got to give up your stuff. No, that would be bad. And, you know, it's got to the place where if you go anywhere, you need to carry a gun. Just look at Dallas yesterday and today. You know, crazy stuff going on all the time.
Well, that's the thing here in Kansas. You know, another Kansas resident told me, well, I was worried about locking the doors at the campground where we were at.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, don't worry. People around here know it's conceal and carry. Nobody wants trouble around here.
Well,
You never know who has a gun. This is America.
you can bet I do, because there's one within reach of my hand right now.
Right now.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm a good guy, just so you know.
Well, you know, I mean, that's what it's come to, guys. It's horrible.
Are you having any trouble here in the barbershop at all?
No, everybody around here knows I'm packing, so they leave me alone.
How many guns? How many you're packing?
Well, usually 2 or 3, because, you know, you got to have one where you can reach it here and reach it there. And yeah, you got to be prepared.
And
That old Boy Scout motto. Always be prepared.
Always be prepared. I'm sure your daughter knows how to carry.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
your wife probably knows how to protect you.
She has a little pistol right back there within her reach.
She does, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. She's so sweet. Patsy's so sweet.
Yeah, she is. She's a nice lady.
She's a sweet lady, but she knows how to protect.
She's put up with me for so long.
I'm sure that wasn't too hard.
Yeah, she gets a lot of sympathy cards on our anniversary, you know.
Oh, that's so nice. When's the last time she got flowers?
You know, she doesn't, like on Mother's Day.
You got flowers right in the front. There's a flower bush.
Yeah, the roses.
She always has
likes
flowers.
Roses there, but we don't usually buy roses for birthdays or anniversaries or something like that. We try to be more practical. And one time for her Mother's Day present, she wanted a wheelbarrow, so that's what I got her. You know?
That's so sweet.
And we still have it. No, I don't either. I took it to the dump. I wore it out.
Oh, you took it to the dump.
Yeah, it was worn out.
Oh well.
I bought her a new one.
Maybe it was made in China.
Make some noise now here to get this vacuum cranked up.
Oh, nice. Okay. I feel just like a carpet. The Regina carpet cleaner.
Now, see?
You use that same one for the carpet or no?
Yeah,
You do?
I cleaned the car out with it. And now, see? You got a nice smooth look. You know, you got a nice taper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you don't look like a girl anymore.
Oh, I've become a man now. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is looking slick. I like that.
Well,
wow.
It's basically what you had, only I
You
just
are
smoothed
classy.
it down where it fit better, okay?
Totally does.
So-
Well done.
Got hair all over you.
This is my new regular barber right here.
You're so strange if Mom raised you in New York. You know, you talk a little different.
Yeah,
and
I do.
Maybe your attitude's a little different
Yep.
from Mound Ridge, you know. But hey,
But I appreciate the small town.
yes, small town America's great.
I especially appreciate the small town barber. So, wow. Thank you, Frank, for such an awesome experience here. I love that.
Well, anyway, yeah, it's fun. You know, this is what I get to do. See, I get to visit with all kinds of people. You never know what's coming through that door.
You never know who will drop in,
No.
right? Did you take reservations?
No, just walk-ins.
Just walk in. Don't bother calling. Just
Nope.
come.
Yeah,
He's
you
always
can,
open till 5.
You can call me, and I can tell you if I'm not busy. You know, if you don't have a lot of time, call me up and say no. But you know, I live here. Some of my customers can't come during my regular hours, so you know, I let them come anytime they can. I make house calls. You know, one day I had an older gentleman. He bent over from the time he was just a kid. He's out of air, and I looked up, and there he was at the bottom of my step, grabbed onto the rail, and I ran out there and I said, "Get back in your van." I said, "I'll follow you home. Let me pack my stuff and I'll follow you home." Well, I did. I ended up in Arlington. That's 20 miles away.
That's
But
great.
That's all right, because he can't make these steps, but he's a customer of mine.
Oh, that's
So
so
I got to
nice.
take care of him, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Is
do.
he still around?
Yeah, I still go to Arlington.
You go over there. Okay, good, good. Just for one haircut, he'll go 20 miles.
Yeah,
So he does house calls, just like a
yeah. Just like the
an
doctor
old time
used to.
doctor.
Yeah, just like the old doctors
And he
used
comes
to.
with his white jacket and everything, ready for the
Ready for action.
for the surgery on the hair.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Frank, how much is the haircut?
15.
15. Okay, got you. Frank, here's 20. Keep the change, please.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very nice. You know, men complain about price of haircuts, but women go to a beauty shop and spend $50. You know, they don't think nothing about it.
It's true.
And the guys in here run up about 15. You know, I tried raising to $20, and I had a whole bunch of guys quit me. So I just dropped it back down. I thought, you know, I'm never going to get rich anyway.
Well, it's better to have them come in than not come in. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And I don't want to be a burden on anybody. So, you know, one advantage of being old, everything I got's mine. You know, the house is paid for, the cars. So I don't owe anybody any money. So that's good. So, but I can still fish And on St. Croix River flowage, you know, flowage is a dammed up river, and the channel is about, you know, 18, maybe 20 foot deep. But as the water spreads out across the land, the water gets to be maybe 3 or 4 foot deep, and that lets the sunlight down in there, and the weeds grow really bad. So we use top lure to keep from catching on the weeds. If you use something deep running like a Johnson silver minnow that goes real deep, it can catch on all the weeds. But these Shakespeare mice that I've had here, my dad experimented. He was always messing with something. But if you pan over here to the corner, you'll see these mice here. They have glass eyes. These guys are really old. That tiger mouse there is really old. These are,
that worked well for you, huh?
yeah. And these ones here that are black and white and red and white, they're glow plugs. I can actually turn a light on them, and they'll absorb the light so you can fish at night.
This one even looks like a mouse.
It is. Yeah, this is kind of like a river run, I think they called him. He goes deep with that scoop on the front. The faster you reel, the deeper they go. So in the deeper water, you can use that, but top water is what I use mostly. Jitterbugs, something on the top water.
One over here says, warning, this is their life after death trespasses. Here and find out. And here,
hell with the dog, beware the owner. That's true.
beware the owner. But you can have a lollipop.
Yes, you can. You never get too big. You never outgrow lollipops.
What's your favorite lollipop flavor?
Oh, I like that cherry stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, that's
what's your favorite breakfast?
my favorite breakfast is biscuits and gravy.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, I love that so much. It's hard to get a good biscuits and gravy.
I
So
know.
so that's fantastic. What's the best biscuits and gravy in town?
Well, I like to go to Brahms, and
Will they do that?
yeah, they have a good biscuit, and they always put plenty of gravy on your biscuit. If you go to McDonald's, they're so stingy. You have to spend another $1.69 to get an extra cup of gravy at McDonald's.
So
you know?
Brahms will give you as much gravy as you want.
Yeah, at Brahms, yeah, they just load it up. I don't even
Nice.
have to ask; they just do it.
So that's the best in town.
That's a good place to
Plus,
go.
it's great for ice cream there.
And
it's
a
not-
lot of
it's not
times
expensive.
I just have one biscuit, and that's like $1. Otherwise, it's like $2.17.
Right.
It's tax and all. Barbershop rules. What happens in the barbershop stays in the barbershop. In other words, we don't gossip. And that's probably a lie. Have a little fun.
Well done. Got the grandfather clock here.
Yep, was my dad's. Yeah,
Duck hunting.
all my old decoys and
Your decoys there, yeah.
these decoys are made out of paper mache. They're very old. In fact, I can't read it here anymore where it was made, but mallard decoy, and that's paper mache. Okay, Sheriff's Association. I believe in law and order, and these guys need all the support we can get. So I usually donate every year to them. I believe, in the Henry rifle is probably one of the best American-made products there is. Like it says here, made in America or not make it at all. And then been a Legion member for a good many years because I also served National Rifle Association. I belong to that. This is a certificate from the state of Kansas Barber Board congratulating me for over 50 years of barbering here in Kansas. For dedication and service to the barber industry is what it says in the state of Kansas.
Wow. Well, I'm so happy to recognize you here in this video too. Thank you so much for that.
Glad to help. I said, how was that, Judge? She said, well, I was divorced 9 times. I got to keep the house each time. So she was a good housekeeper.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, those guys and gals, isn't it something? Can you imagine? I've been married once, and that's enough. I don't know who'd want me again. So,
How many girlfriends did you have?
one. Just one.
Is that the one you married?
Well, counting her, that'd be 2.
Oh, so 2. Okay.
2 and done.
You do your own hair?
Oh, yes. I just put a short blade on, bend over, and mow. When it's gone, it's done.
Nice, the lawnmower.
I am a lawnmower. Some of the magazines, I take the Kansas magazine because this talks about Kansas, and it's very important for people to read this because most of the Kansans don't know anything about our state. But because I have a waiting area, I get things like this I do not subscribe to. The whitetail, that's concerning deer. There's another one. I get Sports Illustrated. I don't subscribe to that either, but there's a lot of people interested in all kinds of sports. So, hey, I leave it out. And then we got one here called The American Hunter, and it tells about different hunting aspects at different times of year. And, of course, I've taught hunter education for 47 years, and I get things like this to hand out. This is important that everybody knows the rules and regulations about the harvesting of game. So, and there's one they put out for fish, too. And people know I have these here because, they come in and ask for them, so I make sure I have them all the time.
Well, Frank, what do you think of vegans or
Vegans?
vegetarians?
That's fine. I have nothing against them. They don't eat meat, and I don't eat vegetables. Especially broccoli, okay. Unless you put cheese on it, then I can eat it.
Lots of cheese on it.
You gotta cover that, boy. I can't eat broccoli, no. That and Brussels sprouts. That's bad news. Yeah, I know I'm pretty white, but I like watermelon. You guys, you never know. So anyway, this little cross I got around my neck, my wife gave me for our 60th wedding anniversary. I gave her one that's got 3 diamonds in it. It stands for the past, the present, and the future.
Well, that's good.
You never know what's coming.
It's whole.
Yeah. And I'm getting pretty fat, so you better let me cover that up. Well, anyway.
All right, well, thanks for everything, Frank.
Well,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I hope you had some fun.
I look forward to keeping in touch with you and come back and I don't know, maybe you'll be willing to do a shave for me. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
We'll see.
Don't have to.
It's been a long time. My hands, my joints are getting worn. They stay swollen, especially my fingers. So I'm not as agile as I used to be. That's why I don't want to take a chance of hurting anybody.
That's good.
Plus, I don't have a laserizer. Have a nice hot, and I don't the steam towels and everything we used to use. I don't have them.
People don't do it so much anymore.
I just don't have them. My farmer friends are struggling this year because of the wet and the tariffs, which like I say, the tariffs are good in a lot of ways, but they have consequences. And hopefully we'll be able to convince China and some of these places that have been really cheating us, and especially the people that needed cheaper manufacturing, but they had to give up so much to get that. So hopefully some of that will be negated with all these tariffs. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be good. If Trump gets elected again, I think we'll probably make it. Because he's not a politician, as you can see. He's not politically correct on anything he does, and he's always got to be right. If you call him a name, he's going to call you a bigger name.
Yeah.
And to get on there instead of letting his underlings handle all this bad stuff, he gets on there and tweets, which I don't know anything about tweeting, but and that gets him in trouble because that's what they want. They know if they stick it with a pin, he's going to react. See, so they poke him with this and that. And
you think he's going to get reelected again?
I think he was a good shot. Yes, I really do. Yeah, you look at the other side. There ain't nothing out there. Mr. Biden, he's a zero. And Miss Cortez or whatever, the socialist lady with the Green Party stuff. We're going to give everybody something for nothing. If you're a cripple, you need money, okay. But if you don't want to work, we'll mail you a check too. That's what she says.
But what do you think about health care for all, though?
Well, it sounds good, but you figure out how to pay for it. Medicare, that's one advantage of being old, guys. Medicare does take care of me pretty good. Because I've had some serious problems, and I've been taken care of very well. But, I don't know. Everything just can't be free. Somebody has to pay for it. In the working class, like you and me and all these other people up and down the street, go to work every day. We're paying for it. And there's a lot of people sitting at home not doing anything. and still collecting money, welfare. Now, welfare was meant to help people that were down and out, and it can happen to any of us. I work on the weights a little bit, you know.
You got some arms, yeah. I see some arms there.
I got a lot of this too. That doesn't seem to be going away. My wife's a good cook, so I blame her for that.
What's the best thing she makes?
Oh my goodness. What does she make the best? She makes a pretty good lasagna. She likes meatballs and spaghetti. She likes that. She makes a real good meatball. And yeah, her mother was a good cook, and she kind of learned from her, you know. I'm afraid a lot of the young ladies today don't have the mentoring that some of the older ladies got when they were young. So, yep, a lot to be said for the older people.
So right, yeah, because now it's so easy to buy everything in the shop, ready made.
Yeah. It's nothing like home cooking. Get out of here.
Frank, it's time to go. Thank you for letting me film. Thank you for a great haircut.
Well,
thank you for everything. I look forward to keeping in touch.
Okay, I hope that works for you.
It totally works for me. I feel really handsome. I feel really slick right now. This is
you are
great.
slick.
Wow, I feel like a movie star. You made me a movie star.
Exactly.
Oh, I might be a
Very
YouTube.
handsome.
I might be a YouTube star someday.
I hope so.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see
Become
you.
a big videographer or something, huh?
I hope so.
Well, we hope so too. So, good evening, and stop again.
Okay, lots of love to the ladies back there too.
Okay, I'll tell them that.
Take care of the ladies.
Okay, thank you
Bye-bye.
very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so that's it.
He was great.
All right, so there's lots of American flags out here. There's the barbershop sign. No soliciting. Don't come over for soliciting. He's not looking to pay you. You're looking to pay when you come here. And the duck hunter's home.
Once there was this spider in my bed, got caught up in her web of the love and the lie. Spun her chains around my heart and soul, never to let go. But I survived.